Here is 21 things that I've learnt in 21 years. If you are between the ages of 0 to 13, enjoy being an innocent little kid, because adulthood isn't really what it's made out to be. Sorry, I didn't want to be that guy. If people tease you or bully you in high school, primary school, whenever, or any stage of your life, try to act as unbothered as possible. It doesn't matter how much it hurts. Just give them like a weird look, like, what the hell are you on about? And just pretend like that you don't care, because that's gonna make the teaser or the bully feel more weird about it afterwards than what you would. Most of the friendships, if not all of them, is not going to last past high school. People's true colours come out when they deal with the pressures of the real world, or there was built up tension during high school and you don't hang out afterwards because it's just a toxic environment from the other person or yourself or both parties. Let's just say that the massive year 9 group that you have right now is going to simmer down possibly to 0. But don't worry, there's nothing to fret about, because you end up meeting some of the most amazing and genuine people once you get out of high school. Sometimes they don't work out and that's fine, but there are people out there that are for you, and it's a very low chance that you are going to have front porch friends from a very confined space in your childhood. Don't be afraid or discouraged from people making fun of you about things that you enjoy. This could be you enjoy something childish, like you like cartoons, you like to cosplay, you want to start dancing or roller skating. It doesn't matter what anyone tells you. Just do the hobby. You are going to enjoy it for yourself, not for anyone else. This is what a hobby is. For me, the reason why it took me so long to start an ASMR channel was because I had this fear, but then eventually I was like, F it, I'm gonna do it. And I'm like beeping whenever I make these videos. They're exhausting, but I love doing them. Be grateful for having a roof over your head. Some people are not as fortunate as you are, and my heart goes out to those people. But if you wake up every morning in a bed, you have breakfast, lunch and dinner every single day, and you have the resources to watch this video, take these things that you don't necessarily take for granted and just really enjoy what you have. If you are struggling mentally, I highly suggest getting professional help from a therapist, someone who is licensed. Trust me, even if you go and say, this isn't for me, at least you tried something. And the good thing about seeking professional help is that they give you treatment plans and they are very helpful. Take it from personal experience. If you are a kid, from a young age, start stretching. Okay, this sounds really weird, but I regret that I didn't do that. When I was younger, I used to be a dancer, but I didn't really stretch much. Oops. And now I am as stiff as a board and I always pull muscles and all of that. And this also doubles up as to keep fit, keep active your whole life, because trust me, your body's going to thank you and your mind is also going to thank you. I am so unfit, so inflexible, where I literally had the opportunity handed to me to maintain my fitness and I didn't take it, and I regret it. And now as an adult, it's very hard to get into a rhythm to improve my fitness and to become a bit more athletic. And I'm not saying to be an Olympian, just kind of get to the stage where you can go up some stairs without hyperventilating and gasping for dear life. This can be of any age, but I highly suggest to expand your vocabulary. If you hear a new word and you're like, what does that mean? Look it up, get a dictionary, look into that, because you are going to come across as way more intelligent if you are able to say bigger words such as circumnavigate and know what it means. If you see an elderly or a disabled person obviously struggling with day-to-day things that we usually don't think about, go ahead and offer to help. This includes if you're in public transport and you see one of them walk in and there's no spare seats left, like offer the seat. Be really courteous to others around you, because one day you're going to be old, or you might get into a situation where you might be disabled, and it'll be very nice if patrons and others help you out when it's needed. If you want to buy something expensive or get something permanent like a tattoo, a lot of people are really celebrating impulse buying and impulse tattoos and all that jazz, which is fine, but for me personally, I take that stuff rather seriously, and if you do too, my advice to you is to think about it for a few months, 2-3 months to a year. Just think about it, and in those months after and you still want it, get it then. And you never know, there might be an update of that thing that you want. Like, for example, if you want a new camera, then a new version of it comes out, you can get the new version and it'll be even better. So yeah, it is okay if you are a boy who likes boys, or if you are a girl who likes girls. It is totally okay to have feelings. Oh, God forbid, who would have thought about having feelings would be such a bloody hard thing to do. Bouncing off that, if you don't support or respect anyone, doesn't matter their race, gender, or sexuality, you're a bit of a wanker, just saying. It's completely okay to have silences in conversations. Often when I go out on dates or I hang out with friends and all that, we talk from time to time, but then silences do happen, and I notice that the other person always tries to add on stuff or to start a new conversation. But sometimes, me personally, and I think a lot of introverts would relate to this, we like that moment of silence to kind of recharge. I think it's quite nice, and it's only going to be awkward if you make it awkward. Like, if you're walking at a park with someone and you're talking about puppies, that conversation's ended, there's a bit of quiet. Just enjoy being with each other in that moment. Wear whatever the hell you want. Wear the most craziest of combinations of clothing. It doesn't matter what your parents say or whatever your friends are like, why do you look so weird? Because you feel good in that, and that is all. That's the only explanation that you need to give, that you like the way it looks and you think you look fabulous, and it doesn't matter what other people think. If you have a dream career, pursue it. I did this, and I'm officially a filmmaker because I get jobs where I film stuff and I get paid for it. It's awesome. Crying is not a sign of weakness. I remember, especially more in the early 2000s, when mental health wasn't really a thing. Well, it was a thing, but it wasn't spoken about. I remembered I used to cry a lot because that's how I dealt with things whenever I got stressed or anxious. And I used to get yelled at by a lot of my teachers to stop crying. And there was only one teacher that understood what I was going through, even before I knew what I was going through. I just thought, oh yeah, I cry a lot, I'm a bit of a baby. But no, you're not a baby. Yes, babies cry, but so do grown-ups, and that is okay. It's okay to cut off toxic people in your life. It doesn't matter if they are friends, your exes, even your own family members. It's very hard. understand. I've done it before, and I will do it again 1,000 times if I have to. If you ever get a new puppy or a kitten or a pet that's a baby, take hundreds and hundreds of photos of it, because even though I was younger when I got my dog about 8 years old, I wish my parents took photos of my dog as a puppy, because I don't remember much about what Daisy looks like as a puppy, and I only have a few photos of my cat Kato as a kitten, only like 5 or 6, and I'm like, this is not enough. I need like every angle of the cute little face, but I don't have that, and I don't have the opportunity anymore, because they're not like those immortal jellyfish where they can go back into their little toddler state. And lastly, take your life one day at a time. Don't stress too much about the bigger picture. The universe will give that to you. You do not force yourself into that. And trust me, one day you're going to look back at what you were stressing about and you're going to be like, what the hell was wrong with me? Like, it turned out fine. And that's still something that I'm learning, but I've learned at the same time. And it's something that I'm working on myself as well. And just because I've learnt all these lessons, it doesn't mean I have all the wisdom in the world. I'm still going to be learning for many years after. And